The four basic triads are major, minor, diminished, and augmented. These are the most fundamental types of chords, each with a unique sound and structure determined by the intervals between their root, third, and fifth notes. In this video, you'll learn what a triad is and how to construct each of the four basic triads from the root note of C. We'll also invert each triad, which alters their internal intervals. A triad is a three-note chord, the simplest form of a chord. It is constructed by stacking third intervals and comprises a root note, a third, and a fifth. For example, a C major triad consists of the root note C, the note E, a third interval above the root note of C, and the note G, a third interval above the third note of E. This G note is now a fifth interval above the root. So the bottom note is the root note, the middle note is the third, and the top note is the fifth. These stacking thirds are easily recognizable on the staff as they are either line or space notes, whereas the C major triad consists of three line notes. For example, the F major triad consists of three space notes. Third intervals can be major or minor. A major third interval has 4 half steps, while a minor third interval has only 3. The different sizes of the third intervals between the root note and the third note, and between the third note and the fifth note, determine the type of triad. There are 4 possible combinations, resulting in 4 different types of triads. In this section, we'll construct the 4 fundamental triads in root position, where the root note is positioned at the bottom. The C major triad has 4 half steps between the root note and the third. This is a major third interval. However, there's only 3 half steps between the third and the fifth of the chord. This is a minor third interval. Notice that there's 7 half steps from the root note and the fifth note. This is a perfect fifth interval. So the major triad consists of a minor third interval on top of a major third interval. This is the construction of major triads. You can use any root note, and as long as you build a minor third interval on top of a major third interval, you have created a major triad. Accidentals are used to alter the size of the intervals. For example, if we use a flat sign to lower the note E in the C major triad, we alter both intervals. Now the bottom interval is a minor third, and the top interval is a major third. We have switched the intervals. There's still a perfect fifth interval between the root note and the fifth. This is the construction of minor triads. We can also use a flat sign to lower the note G to G flat. Now there are 2 minor third intervals above the root note C. From the root note up to the fifth note, there's a diminished fifth interval. This is the construction of diminished triads. Finally, we can raise the note G by using the sharp sign. This creates 2 major third intervals above the root note. From the root note up to the fifth note, there's an augmented fifth interval. This is the construction of augmented triads. Let's listen to the triads in root position. The major triad sounds happy. The minor triad sounds sad. The diminished triad sounds really sad because of the 2 minor third intervals. And finally, the augmented triad sounds dreamy because of the 2 major third intervals. All chords can be inverted by rearranging the order of its notes. So far, we've constructed the chords in root position with the root note at the bottom, the third in the middle, and the fifth on top. Since a triad consists of 3 notes, we can arrange them in 3 different ways. Beyond the root position, we can also arrange the notes to create first and second inversion triads. Now we'll invert the root position C major triad to the first and second inversions. The concept remains the same regardless of the chord type. We could have also used a minor, diminished, or augmented triad to demonstrate how to invert triads. To invert a root position triad to first inversion, move the bottom note up an octave while keeping the other notes in place. This results in the bottom note becoming the third, the middle note the fifth, and the root note is now on top. To invert a first inversion triad to second inversion, move the bottom note up an octave while keeping the other notes in place. Now, the bottom note becomes the fifth, the middle note the root, and the third note is on top. It's important to note that first and second inversion triads aren't constructed by simply stacking third intervals. Instead, entirely new internal intervals are created. If we move the bottom note up an octave, we are back to a root position triad 1 octave higher. Inversions are used to create smoother chord changes, resulting in smoother voice leading, melodic bass lines, and more. These topics will be covered in other videos on this channel. Now you know how to construct and invert the 4 basic triads in music. These 4 triad types are the basis for nearly every chord you'll encounter. In the Master Music Theory course, we construct each of the 4 basic triads from more than just the root note of C. Additionally, we delve deeper into inversions of more triads and explore their internal intervals when inverted. Lastly, we break down chord symbols and learn some alternative chord symbols for triads that you might encounter. The link to the Master Music Theory course is provided in the description. In the Music Theory shop, you can find framed music theory posters, iPhone wallpapers, teacher-specific guides, and more. You can download your digital products instantly after purchase. The link to the Music Theory shop is provided in the description.